Chers collègues, bonjour à tous. I'm nervous. Can you imagine me being nervous? But I am. I want to welcome you on behalf of the Canadian delegation who are seated here today to this beautiful city of Vancouver, and to say that we are so pleased and honored to be on the unceded and traditional territory of the Coast Salish peoples, the Musqueam, the Squamish, and the Tsleil-Waututh. And we want to thank them for opening up this land that they have inhabited for hundreds of thousands of years to us, to come and live here as a diverse society. I'm looking at all the familiar faces and friends I see in the room, and I want to say that this is only the second time that Canada has actually hosted an OSCE meeting, and the last time was far too long ago. And this is going to be the first time that we will have a Vancouver Declaration coming out of this meeting. So I'm looking forward to that and very proud of it. Most of you, especially from Central Asia and the Caucasus, have traveled a long way to be here. And I want you to know that we're happy you made the journey. This is my city. This is mon circonscription. It is where my riding is, it is where I live, and I want to say I think it is the most beautiful city in the world. Just boasting a little bit. But I also want you to know a couple of things about this city. This city is actually by the Pacific Ocean. It's a beautiful city, but 41% of the people who live in this city identify as immigrants. We are a very diverse city. We're a city made up of different people who speak many, many different languages. We are the youngest city, I would say, possibly in Canada. We're only 157 years old in this country, but Canada, Vancouver itself, is very, very young. And we are going to be celebrating our birthday tomorrow on July the 1st. The Canadian National Day is going to be celebrated on July the 1st tomorrow. So you're going to see there are going to be all kinds of people hanging around, thronging, singing, dancing, music. We like to celebrate here in Canada. And so I want you to participate in as much of the ceremony and the crowds as you can see happening. I want you to also know that one of the largest Indigenous populations in Canada live here, in this province of British Columbia, and in this city of ours, in Vancouver. In this city, you will find the plurality that the OSCE represents. Different countries, different languages, different people, different cultures, different values, different ways of looking at life. But one thing that binds us together as Canadians is we have common values. We share common vision. We know where we want to go, what we want to be, and we do in the OSCE. We share common values. That's what brings us together. We share values of democracy. We all want to live in peace in our own sovereign nation, feeling secure, being able to look to the future, build a country for our children and our grandchildren to be proud of. That's what we want here in Canada as well. And so we have that in common. And so I want to say that building secure, which is what the OSCE is about, building secure democratic institutions is at the heart of what we want to do here. This is an important meeting. We all know that focused on this meeting is going to be the war, the illegal and horrific war that Russia is waging on Ukraine. We stand with Ukrainian people in Canada and here at the OSCE. We know that they are fighting our fight. They're fighting the fight for democracy. They're fighting the fight for the values we all hold dear. They're fighting that fight, and so we have to support them because they're fighting for us. They're fighting for our aspirations and our hopes as a region. And this is something that I want us to think about as we go through this session. We know that the vision for comprehensive security cannot be achieved unless we have geopolitical stability, and we don't have that right now. In many parts of our region, there is instability. It doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to end. It means that we've got to work together. Dialogue is what we talk about, what we use here. We've got to talk about peace. We've got to talk about security. We've got to talk about getting women involved in peace and security. I have to throw in the gender or else you'd be disappointed in me. I'm looking forward to us having very fruitful discussions. We're going to disagree, we often do, and we disagree sometimes very passionately, but at the end of the day, we share the same vision, we share the same dreams, we want the same things, and I want to welcome you to my city, to my province, and to my country, and say, I embrace all of you. Thank you very much.